Hi, this is Roger. Welcome back to making your own 11 ball video arcade game. When we left, we just got to making our selection boxes, and when we downloaded, does the initial table load? Let me do it over again. The balls rotate on, and uh, and that's our good selections. We can select them up here in our little test label, show them which box we picked. Now we're going to really start doing the actual selections and kind of making the game look realistic. Okay, to start with, I pulled this up. I already did this, but over here on the properties on the 11 ball, go ahead and pick the project source file, the 11 ball, throw it on there, and pick stretch. That way we'll have something to look at, because we need to put some labels on here. Let me go ahead and pick a label. And let's just slap it there for now. Let me move it up here. Let's go to our properties here. Okay, let's name this one label score. Okay, we want auto size false. We want to go here to our font. Well, first let's do the back color. Back color, web, transparent, font, bold. Let's make it. Let's try 18, and that should be a good font there. Okay, and let's see our fore color. Let's make this one white, and for our text, let's just do 999, 999, and our text align, we want it middle right. Now let's position this, stretch it. I'm just trying to get it centered in this box. Okay, now let's copy that text, paste, scroll down, let's put it over here, make it the size of this little square here. Okay, let's go in here and do our font align. We want to do a dead center. Let's just preset it to our text to, let's say 20. That looks good. Let's label this one, or name this one. Label LBL 11 count. Because that counts up the number of 11s we made. Okay, let's copy it, paste it, and move it over here. Scroll down a little bit. Now this one we want to make big, as big as a rack, but we still want the number to be in the center of that little square. We will be using this label for two things. One, to display how many balls are left in the rack, and number two is to actually pick pick the next ball in the rack by just clicking the label. So let's name this one LBL rack. Well, let's just go ahead and call it rack count. But okay, now let's copy this and paste it, and we'll put it right here in the center. Okay, on this one, let's go ahead and label, I don't know, running total. This will hold the account of, like if I pick an 8 ball and a 2 ball, the running total will be 10. But on the font, where's the font? There it is. We want it black. And let's make it a little bit bigger. Whoops. Let's make it 22. That's good. We could change. Yeah, let's leave it there. And what else we got? Okay, well, we might as well do them all. Scroll up. Let's go ahead and make this text 1. See if we might have to change that font here. It's a little bit too big. Excuse me. Change it to 14. This auto alignment sometimes won't let you move it very well, so let's go to location. Okay, let's move it to the left a little bit, so 38, and let's move it down a little bit, 32, move it to the left a little bit more. I think that'll look okay. Click it again, and let's label this player number, or just player would be fine. And we might as well do this one. And let's change the text to 1. Change the size. Okay. And we might as well do these. Oh, forgot to rename it. Let's name this one. Label round. label, high score, name, and right now I'll just put 3 question marks. And let's copy this, paste. And this one will label. Well, let's put it. We already got the text there, so let's just put and label, high score. Okay, that should be all of them. Let's see here. Well, let's do one more label. And this one would just actually be using for a button. And on this one, we'll just take the text off of it. And we'll call it label, take score. That should be, let's just run it and see what we got. Okay, we got everything. We got the score, current player number, current round, the high score name and number, how many 11s we made, how many balls left in the rack, and we'll be able to click this to take score and what the scores are. So, I mean, what the total ball, the running ball total is. So, okay. Now let's get to the programming. To select the ball, we already created the ball selected. We already had that label text in there. Let's take that out. Simple enough. P-table dot sender dot tag dot dot selected equals p-table sender dot tag dot selected up. Well, let's go ahead and do selected, but I need to come over here and say not. Okay, basically, if it's selected, we unselect it. If it's not selected, we select it. Draw game. Okay, so we can select and unselect. But we need to do more than just that. That's why we have to, let's go up here. We don't actually have to, we don't need a permanent one, so let's dim. Whoops. Running total as an integer. And we're going to set it to 0. Now we select it. Now we'll go through a loop. And if P table. If it's selected, oops, I spelled table wrong. If it's selected, then running total. Forgot my then. Is added. We'll add the ball to the running total. Ball num. Okay, we'll just run through the loop, check the running total, and when we're done, label running total equals running total. Let's just see what we got now. Running total dot text. Okay, 4, 7. As we take away, the score is right. 13, 14, should we go to 10? Okay, so that's working. Now we need to make it where you can't pick more than 11. So, if running total is greater than 11, then our last selection should be undone. So P table, sender dot tag dot selected is not equal to P table sender dot tag dot tag dot selected. And we need to, let's go ahead and copy. We're going to do a recalculation of the total. So I know this seems like double the work, but when we put other stuff in there, we're going to need to do it anyway. So we do the total, then we check. And let me go ahead and put this label down here. Copy too much. Label, oops. Label running total equals, whoops, dot text equals running total. Okay, I think I got it fixed now. Okay, we're doing the selection, reversing whatever it is. We check the total. If it's greater than 11, then we undo our selection, and then we recount the total again, and then print it. So let's go again. Okay, 9, 1, 1 is 11, and it won't let me pick it. I can still undo the selections. Okay. Okay, the next thing we need to check is if it's equal to 11. we want to remove the balls. I'm going to have to create a subroutine for that. If we want to clear selections, because the balls are not going to be there, so we want to clear the selection. Excuse me. And like I said, we want to go ahead and recalculate the total, so there it is. And well, we'll need to do more, but let's just start from there. So let's make a, oh, I already got the remove balls there. How about that? That must have been something I added earlier before doing it. Okay, I'll remove balls, basically, for I equals 0 to 22. P table dot ball num. Whoops. P table I dot ball num is equal to 0. That's not true either. If P table I dot selection or dot selected, then P table I ball num equals 0. And we loop through it now. I see I made an error here. We remove the balls first, then we clear the selection. If we clear the selection first, we wouldn't know which balls to remove. So, and there's more to do here than that, but let's just start from there. Let's hope something pops up where I get 11. Okay, we got 9 and 2, and it removes them. And you see we need to reset our thing. Instead of doing it every time, I'm going to go ahead and put it in the draw ball thing, our draw game thing. See, right now we have it in initial load. Let me take it out of there. And when we draw the background, when we draw the game, that's when we'll go ahead and here, draw game. We'll do it right after. Well, let's do it right before. We'll set the enable boxes. So every time we draw the game, when something's changed, we'll reset the boxes. And don't worry, we'll get rid of this flicker like that later. 8 and 3, and they're gone. And the ball resection is done. But you notice we used the rack ball, so the rack ball needs to be replaced. So let's go back to the remove balls. If the rack ball, which is location 0, if it was selected, then, because we know we just removed it, and remember, it's still, the selection will still be there even though we remove the ball number. Okay, then we do pointer, rack pointer equals, plus equal 1. And P table dot 0 dot ball num equals deck rack pointer. Now we're still going to have a problem with this because we need to check if that was the last ball in the rack, but we'll just start from this for now. And I don't have my rotate through the rack done yet, so we can't do that. Okay, there we go. I can do 10 and 1, but let's just try this 10 and 1 here. There we go. We got the 4 ball. And do 7 and 4, 8, 1, 1, 1. Got another 1, 9, 1, 1, another 1, 10, 1, 8, 4, 4, 2, 1, 8, 3, 9, 2, 8, 3, 10, 1, and I'm stuck and I don't have this part working yet, but that seems to be doing good. Now while we're doing that though, on the remove balls right here, we should go ahead and increase. Let's get us a variable up here. And dim 11 account as integer equals, well, we don't even have to worry about that, but now when we remove the balls, because they're 11, we need to go ahead and 11 count plus equals 1. So we're increasing our 11 count, and I tell you what, but that one needs to be there. But this is 11 count. Let's put that over there in the draw balls. Our draw game. Let me fold this up so I don't have to keep scrolling through it. Label 11 count dot text equals 11 count. There we go. Okay, that's working fine. Okay, now we need to go ahead and take care of that if it's the very last rack ball. So let's go back to remove balls. Okay, what we need to do then, before we'll check it, rack pointer, this is less than 51. Then we'll go ahead and do all of this. Okay, so that should take care of it. I said if the rack ball is less than 51, we can go ahead and increase the rack pointer by 1 and get and store it in the spot on the table. Now if it is 51, we've already on the last ball and we just used it, so there's no balls left. Let's go ahead and start keeping track of our label, the 2. So under here, under game, past it. table rack dot text equals a rack pointer oops, 51 minus rack pointer. Let's see, make sure that's right, not 52. So to start with, the rack pointers point to 22. We need to say that to be 52. Okay, let's give that a shot. Okay. Probably don't want that 52 to start with, but we'll see. Can't do anything here. Try it again. Okay, we got 30. So I use the rack. Drops down to 29. Let me use this one again. 28. 27. And that's where we're stuck now. I can't do anything else. But it seems to be going down. Okay. Okay, yeah, I don't like that 52 showing up on the thing. So the easy fix is we'll preset the rack pointer up here on the start round. We'll set it 52. That way 52 minus 52 is 0. Okay, does initial draws the game. Then it does initial table load. When it draws the game the first time, it'll be 0 shown. And when it does initial table load, it'll wait till all the balls are loaded on the table. And then it'll set the rack pointer to 22, which will mean 30 balls left. So let's give that a shot. Okay, now let's go ahead and get rid of this flicker. Let's go over here to our create boxes, and let's take our border style and put it to none. Now we won't see it jumping around. There we go. And we know it works good as far as the selection works. So alright, the next thing, see right now I can't do anything. I can't make any combination 11, so I need to rotate through the rack. So that's what we're going to work on now. So to do that, all we need is on the rack here, just double click it. There's our procedure, and we'll start from there. The first thing we want to do is check for an open spot on the table. And also you got to remember we need to clear selections. Let's say you started to pick balls and then decided that, oh, I can't make it. Instead of having to unclick them, you just go ahead and choose the next ball in the rack. It should go ahead and clear any previous selections. So now we'll need to have something we can check. So we'll dim open spot as Boolean equals false. Okay, now we're going to do a loop for I equal 1 to 22. If now we're going to check every ball, so we need a p table dot I dot ball num equals 0. In other words, is an empty spot. There's no ball. And we start at the lowest number 1 because the ball is supposed to go to the lowest number. Okay, so if it is equal to 0, then what we want to do is we want to put the rack ball into that location. So P table. Well, first we want to say yes, we found it. So open spot equal true. And P table. Whoops. Dot ball num is now equal to what was in the rack. Okay. And we also want to replace the rack, but we want to increment the rack pointer. And now we want to load the new ball in the rack into the rack location. And that's why, well, we're going to need to change something. So, but anyway, let's go ahead and do this. P table. Deck. And so if open spot is true, then exit R4. So basically, let me go over this. We show open spot as false. We start going through our loop. When we round and round, when we find a spot that has a 0 in it, then we set open spot to true because yes, we found an open spot. We put the rack ball, which is balls location 0, into the location where we found open spot. We increment a rack pointer to point to the next ball in the rack, and then we load our rack ball with that pointer. Now we need to change something here. I mean, just to make it easier, what we need to do is go up here on our decks and reset it to one more location. So let's change it to 52. This will make it a lot easier for us down the road. And where we initially set the deck up, load deck, deck 52 equals 0. And that location will always be 0. Way down here at the bottom. Okay, so we, like I said, the thing is, let's say that was the very last ball on the deck, ball 51, which is actually the 52nd ball. It will throw it on the table, and then it will load a 0 into the actual rack ball, which means it won't show anything. So that's why I changed the deck. And let me go ahead and do this. If rack pointer is greater than 52, then rack pointer equals 52, just in case. Alright, let's give this a shot. Now, it's not everything we have to do, but let's just check this first part here. I tell you what, to make it easier, let's do our initial ball load. Where is it at? Okay, let's only put 12 balls up to start with, just to give this a shot. Okay. Oh, I forgot to say draw game. Because I changed stuff and I forgot to tell it I changed stuff. So, see how it's rotating in the same order as when the balls drop? And now I get here, it's not doing anything. But, okay, so now we need to check to see if we found it. If we like I said, if we found a spot, open spot, we need to go ahead and kind of get out of the loop. But if we didn't find a spot, then we need to rotate through the rack and show the next ball in the rack. Okay, well, if not open spot, then okay, basically, if we found open spot, then we're not going to do this. So if we didn't find open spot, we're going to do this. We're going to rotate through the rack. Okay, if rack pointer is less than 52. Oops. Okay, if rack pointer is less than 52, we're going to take the ball that's in the rack that we're seeing in the rack right now. So that's where the pointer's at. So deck. Well, actually, we're going to go to deck 52. That's the last one that's not being used. It's going to be equal to deck rack pointer. Then for I equals rack pointer, whoops, to 52, nope, 51. And then we reset the deck at 52 to 0. Whoops. And then we reset the visible rack ball to the rack pointer. Let me look at this for a second, make sure that looks right. Okay, let's give it a shot. Okay, I still got my temporary thing set so only 12 balls will show up on the table. Okay, now we'll see if it rotates. Okay, now let's see if we can play the game at least a little bit. Oh, let me reset the rack count. On the initial table load, back to 22. I need to clear that up. What, something happened there. Okay. Okay, now this test point. What's going to happen? Right now, I shouldn't throw it away because I'll lose points in the game, but let's just see what happens if I do. Okay. Now, what we need to do is we need to disable this. When there's no balls there, let's go ahead and disable that. So, let's see here. Okay. If rack pointers greater than or equal to 51, then okay. That means we're going to have to remember, whoops. I just noticed two things I did wrong. Number one, I need to take out this equal sign. It should be greater than 51 only. And right now I don't even need to check to see if it's open because we know it is, because otherwise it wouldn't be in this if statement. So we set the open spot to true there, and then when we're done doing everything, then we exit 4 to come out of it, and then of course we bypass this. Okay, and I notice, let me play real fast again. One thing wrong, when we do like 8 and 3, we don't get to see the little selection mark pop up because it happens too fast. It deletes it before we see the selection mark. So when we come back, I'll fix that problem, and then we'll actually start doing some of the scoring that happens during gameplay, not when the game is over with or the round is over with. We'll fix that problem, and we'll correct the then we'll start doing the scoring, where you get so much points for making the 8s and you lose so much points for throwing a ball on the table. Until then, thank you for watching, and don't forget, if you like the video, please select the thumbs up, give me a like, and hit the little box that says subscribe. Thank you.